Well, folks, this here's a story that I really hate to even cover, but I feel like that we need to talk about it because it shows us exactly what we're up against in Donald Trump and JD Vance. They will take any story they can and they will absolutely spin it for their political game, whether it's true or not. And we saw that during the debate when Donald Trump stood up and just made a complete and total fool of himself by saying that they're eating the dogs and eating the pets in Springfield, Ohio. And you would think after getting dragged and burned and humiliated the next day on the internet that he would try to dial that back just a little bit. But no, he's still out there continuing to push this ridiculous conspiracy theory. Take a look.
911 calls even show residents are reporting that the migrants are walking off with the town's geese. They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. My dog's been stolen. This can only happen.
Now, it's bad enough that he's out there pushing that ridiculous conspiracy theory, but he's also capitalizing on a story that took place back in August of 2023 when a 13-year-old boy by the name of Aiden Clark was hit on his way to school. It was the first day of school, and a minivan driven by a Haitian immigrant hits this bus. It was a complete accident, and the child lost his life. But that's not stopped Trump and Vance from trying to paint this that an immigrant killed Aiden Clark. And we're going to read this story here. I'm going to bring this up. This is from NBC News. Take a look at this. Earlier Tuesday, the Trump-Vance campaign thrust the 11-year-old boy and his family into the nation's political spotlight. Vance alluded to Aiden in a post on X, writing that a child was murdered by a Haitian immigrant. On Monday, an X account used by the Trump campaign posted a tweet about Aiden. Aiden died in August of 2023 on the first day of school when a minivan driven by a Haitian immigrant hit the bus he was riding in. The driver, Hermanio Joseph, was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and vehicular homicide and sentenced to 9 to 13 years in prison. The crash, in which more than 20 other students were injured, has fueled anger at a wave of recent Haitian immigrants in Springfield. In recent days, the anger has become a national political issue, and it has included the spread of baseless rumors on social media about immigrants harming other people's household pets. The Trump campaign promoted the false claims about Haitian immigrants Monday and Tuesday, using rumors to attack Harris's record on immigration. Though NBC News has not seen any statements that mention the Clark family. Trump on Tuesday also posted what appeared to be artificial intelligence generated images on Truth Social showing him with cats and other animals as an apparent nod to the false rumors. Now, folks, really stop and think about this one for a minute. The Haitian immigrant has already been sentenced. This case has already been done and over with, but now they're going to dig it up and they're going to use this to their political advantage, and it's truly sad. I can't imagine what it would be like to be the parent of Aiden Clark and watch Trump and Vance do this and drag them through the mud and draw more attention to it. But the dad did come out and make a statement, and I think it's very important that we hear his voice. So roll the clip.
Using Aiden as a political tool is, to say the least, reprehensible for any political purpose. And speaking of morally bankrupt, politicians Bernie Moreno, Chip Roy, J.D. Vance, and Donald Trump, they have spoken my son's name and used his death for political gain. This needs to stop now. They can vomit all the hate they want about illegal immigrants, the border crisis, and even untrue claims about fluffy pets being ravaged and eaten by community members. However, they are not allowed, nor have they ever been allowed to mention Aiden Clark from Springfield, Ohio. I will listen to them one more time to hear their apologies. To clear the air, my son, Aiden Clark, was not murdered. He was accidentally killed by an immigrant from Haiti. This tragedy is felt all over this community, the state, and even the nation. But don't spin this towards hate. In order to live like Aiden, you need to accept everyone, choose to shine, make the difference, lead the way, and be the inspiration. What many people in this community and state and nation are doing is the opposite of what you should be doing. Sure, we have our problems here in Springfield and in the U.S., but does Aiden Clark have anything to do with that? Did you know that an 11-year-old boy could be passionate about gardening, that he could haggle for a better price at a yard sale? Did you know that he researched different cultures to better appreciate and understand people that he interacted with? Did you know that one of the worst feelings in the world is to not be able to protect your child? Even worse, we can't even protect his memory when he's gone. Please stop the hate. I said to Aiden that I would try to make a difference in his honor. This is it. Live like Aiden.
So the boy was 11 years old, not 13. I want to correct myself on that one, but it's truly tragic. And I can't imagine being that dad and having Donald Trump and Vance use his death for their political gain. I loved how he said that, his son would not want to be associated with hate and to stop using his son to help further push hate. You got to stop and think, folks, if this man can lose his 11-year-old son and then stand there and say, this was an accident, this is not the way you're trying to paint it. I could so see someone being so full of hate and rage over losing their kid that they would buy into the first conspiracy theory they find. It shows that that guy's got a good heart and that he doesn't want his son's name or the family name associated with such hatred. So I applaud him for having the courage to stand up to that. But these kind of stories from Trump and Vance, that's why I was saying in a previous video, I talked about how that, we all had our laughs at the memes and everything. And I understand people wanting to find a way to laugh during this, but folks, there's a whole lot of serious consequences that this whole thing by Trump and Vance has brought. So I want to pull up this article here from Midas Touch. In Springfield, Ohio, City Hall evacuated after a bomb threat. Take a look at this. This was by Troy Matthews from the Midas Touch Network. The City Hall complex in Springfield, Ohio was evacuated Thursday after bomb threats were sent to multiple government agencies. Due to a bomb threat that was issued to multiple facilities throughout Springfield today, City Hall is closed today, a city government official said in a post on Facebook. The city of Springfield received a bomb threat that was prompted an immediate response from local and regional law enforcement. As a precautionary measure, the building has been evacuated and authorities are currently conducting a thorough investigation. According to city officials, were alerted to this threat via an email message. This morning around 8:24 a.m., the email was sent to multiple agencies and media outlets. The bomb threat comes, now get this, the bomb threat comes only 2 days after Donald Trump at the ABC presidential debate amplified false internet claims that Haitian migrants in Springfield were taking and eating household pets. Springfield officials, including city manager Brian Heck, were forced to release official statements assuring the public that there was no credible evidence that this was happening. Then it goes on down here. Following the debate, a session of the city commission was filled to capacity with members of the public. At the meeting, the parents of Aiden Clark spoke out against the racist comments made against Haitian immigrants by politicians and called out Donald Trump and J.D. Vance by name. Aiden Clark was killed when the school bus he was riding in was hit by a car driven by a Haitian man. And again, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump have spoken my son's name and used his death for political gain, and this needs to stop now, Nathan Clark said. Yeah, this kind of rhetoric has to stop because what this does is falls into the ears of unhinged people who are already sitting back on a steady diet of QAnon and Fox News, and they believe the whole world is out to get them. So when you say those kind of things, it's going to have consequences. People are going to step up and do crazy things. Just go back and look at January 6th if you don't believe me. That was the result of people buying in to ridiculous bullshit conspiracy theories and not being able to handle the truth, or better yet, Trump not being able to handle the truth and therefore pushing and peddling those lies. Can you just imagine if Trump could have been the bigger man? You know what? He was a sitting president. I will say that he was entitled to recounts, or he was entitled to look into some things. But once he went through over 60 court cases and they couldn't find anything, couldn't find any evidence of what he was claiming, then wouldn't you think that it would have been in his best interest to go ahead and say, hey, the American people have spoken, and while I don't agree with it, I wish Joe Biden well, and I hope that he does well for this country. And if he don't, I'll be back in 4 years to remind you of that I was the right man for the job. Wouldn't that have been in his best interest? But he couldn't do that. I'm sorry, folks. I'm still struggling with allergies here in East Tennessee. Cutting hay around me has absolutely destroyed my throat. But anyway, I don't feel like going back and doing a take two. Trump would have been much better off to have said that instead of peddling these conspiracy theories. And he would be much better off now to stop peddling this bullshit for political gain, because all he's doing is creating mass hysteria and he's putting people's lives in danger. There could be innocent people hurt because of this. And that's why if anyone needs to turn the temperature down in the room, it is Donald Trump, it's JD Vance. I'm so tired of hearing people in mainstream media say that the people on the left are the ones that needs to turn down the temperature. No, Donald Trump is going out there pushing stuff that is absolutely false and saying, well, I saw it on TV, I heard it on the internet, and he wants to be the leader of the free world again. It's absolutely crazy, and we have to vote against this guy once and for all, and have Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, reasonable, sensible people leading us, people that won't buy into this type of rhetoric and spread it all in the name of free speech. So, folks, if you enjoyed this video, I truly appreciate you so much for joining in. And I ask that you hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You know, I have so many people that will say to me, I watch you every day, and I don't know what subscribe means. It just simply means you hit the button that says subscribe, and then you will get notifications as to when I posted a video. That way you know, and one don't get past you. And if you like the content that I do here on YouTube, we don't have any outside investors here on the channel. So if you enjoy the kind of content I make and would like exclusive content, go over and check out our Patreon. We've extended it now to 3 tiers. We got a lot of cool perks that I think you guys would enjoy, and I want to thank everyone who's joined up on the memberships here on YouTube. I truly appreciate it. Me and my family appreciates it. It goes a long way to help me to continue to do what it is that I do. We're going to keep bringing stories like this to light, and we're going to keep calling out the madness because we have to. I really feel like that now more than ever, we have to call this kind of stuff out. And again, my heart goes out to the family of Aiden Clark and anyone who has had their lives politicized by Donald Trump and JD Vance. It's truly disgusting, but we can get through this because we've got a great ticket, Harris and Walz, that's going to lead us into the future and not take us back into the dark ages.